Hey guys, so this video is gonna be about my 5th session in my DBT skills group. I actually missed the 4th session last week because my boyfriend broke up with me, and I've been extremely upset, and that's why I haven't been going to school that much, and I haven't been doing much of anything except for crying and trying not to engage in problem behaviors and stuff. But I'm gonna make another video about the whole breakup because I've been really finding it hard to survive. So I didn't go to that session, so I'm sorry I can't really talk about that session since I didn't go. But tonight really, like 7 hours ago was my 5th session in my DBT skills group, and I'm going to talk about that and my experience with that. Because you guys, you're going on like this journey with me of getting better through DBT. And so this is going to be the 5th video to my little series about my DBT group. So we're still working on the distress tolerance module that we started. So if you want to learn more about distress tolerance, or want to watch when I first started talking about distress tolerance, you can go to the last video, I believe, sessions 2 and 3, and then watch that. But I'm going to keep talking about distress tolerance because we're still on that unit. So for the homework that we were given, which I received over email because I wasn't at the last session, but the homework was, we had to, I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read it, even though it's kind of hard to see my eyes, but whatever. It was to do these 2 sheets, which you guys can't really see anything, but yeah, in my little participant handbook here. It's, yeah, the distress tolerance handouts. One of the sheets was for distracting your attention. So yeah, so like making yourself feel better through distracting yourself. And we were supposed to do like as many of these as possible. So the ones that I checked that I did was for the activity section, because there's activities, contributing, comparisons, emotions, pushing away, thoughts, and sensations. And for the activities one, I checked the call or go out with a friend, because I've been spending a lot of time with my best friend, and we've been hanging out and stuff, and I've been calling him a lot and stuff like that. So I checked that because, I need my best friend's support now more than ever because of this whole breakup. So that's pretty much all I did for activities. Well, I mean, I do these things anyways, though, most of these, like surfing the net, email, go out for a meal, work on hobbies. I just didn't check them, I guess, but I do those things anyways, so like a lot of these things that we were supposed to do, I do anyways, and yeah, I think a lot of people do, like hobbies and stuff. For the contributing part, I checked the one that said help a friend or family member, because I helped my best friend babysit his 7-year-old sister, and that was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I helped him do that. Yeah, that was a lot of fun because his sister's she's adorable and she loves me because I spent a lot of time with her before, and stuff, and yeah, so that was fun, and that did distract me, and it worked, and yeah, it was nice. And like I think spending time with kids is always nice because like they're so innocent and they don't really have judgments, which I really like. I really, really like. Unless, I mean, some kids do. It depends on the way that they're being raised. Like my cousin, she's only like, I don't even know, 9 or 10, and she's already really judgmental. So, but this 7-year-old is really like awesome. So I did that. I didn't do anything for comparisons or emotions or pushing away or sensations, but I probably did anyways. Oh, watch a scary movie, watch a funny movie. Yeah, I've done those things anyways. I just didn't mark them down. But another one that I marked down with other thoughts, to distract yourself from thoughts, I guess. Watch TV or read. I read all the time, and I watch TV because my mom always has the TV on. And I watch things online. Like Gossip Girl. Okay, and then for the next handout, this one, instead of distracting, this one was self-soothing. Ways to make yourself feel better through self-soothing. A way to remember these skills is to think of soothing each of your 5 senses. So to keep in mind your 5 senses, and you know, like hearing, tasting, seeing, touching, and smelling. There you go. Your 5 senses. So with vision, oh, I could have just looked at this. Okay. With vision, look at pictures you like in a book. Okay, I did that. I looked at my best friend's sketchbook, so that was visual. Buy a beautiful flower. Okay, well, my best friend actually bought me flowers before he even knew that I was supposed to get flowers, so that was nice. With hearing, sing to your favorite songs. I do that all the time, so check that, and listen to music and stuff. I do that all the time. With smell, open a package of coffee and inhale the aroma. I did that, and it smelled very strong. Obviously, it's coffee. And I didn't, it's not like, I guess I find these things helpful. The coffee one, I didn't really find that helpful. I was just like, okay, it smells like coffee. Okay. And I light incense and stuff all the time. The incense I find helpful, unless I use too much and then I start getting dizzy, and that's not helpful. With taste, eat some of your favorite foods. Yes, I've done that. And actually today I treated myself to Taco Bell, Fry Supreme, and Taco Bell is my favorite thing in the world. And I got myself that, and that was nice. Eat macaroni and cheese or another favorite childhood food. I love how they assume that macaroni and cheese is a favorite childhood food. I checked that because another favorite childhood, pizza. I've eaten pizza in the past week, so that's like a favorite childhood food, I guess. Also with taste, really taste the food you eat. Eat one thing mindfully, and I tried to do this with the chip, with one of those pizza Pringle chips. And I was with my best friend at the time, and I was just like, okay, I'm eating it mindfully, and I was just focusing on the taste and the crunchiness and it going down my throat, and that sounded, yeah. And I guess it was nice to do that because, I mean, half the time when you eat things, you're not really focusing on what you're eating, you're just eating it, you know what I mean? And then with touch, pet your dog or cat. Pet your dog or cat, and my cat's right there, and I pet her all the time, so I definitely checked that one. Run your hand along smooth wood or leather. I ran my hand along my best friend's leather jacket, and it felt really nice and expensive. And hug someone. I mean, I hug people every day. I'm a big hugger, like, seriously. If you're uncomfortable with hugs, don't be my friend, because I'm always like, I love hugging people, and I've been cuddling with my best friend a lot, because cuddling is one of my favorite things to do, and it was one of the favorite things to do with my ex-boyfriend, so I've been, you know, trying to, like, compensate for that, so, and I need that, I really need that keep the love and the cuddles. So I've been cuddling my best friend, and we've been sleeping together in my mom's bed because I don't like to sleep alone. Which I'm gonna have to do tonight because he went home. But yeah. So that was that part of the homework. The other part of the homework was create a self-soothing kit, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. I'm going to like make that its own thing because my self-soothing kit is pretty big and has a lot of things that I need to explain, and I had a blast making it, and I will talk about that in another video. I don't know why I'm like breaking out because of this perfume or something, and I'm scratching, but it's okay though. I'm okay. Yeah, so I'll talk about my self-soothing kit in the next video that I post, which I'll probably make right after I'm done making this video because I'm on a roll right now. So yeah, so this session was good. It was really hard for me to like make myself go to it because, you know, I miss my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend. And I always get like this when I have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Yeah, I'm bisexual. But yeah, that's a whole other topic. But people with borderline personality disorder can really relate to that. Making that person your everything. It's not good, but I always do that. So making myself go to the group today was hard. It was challenging, but I did it, and I was glad that I did it. And when we were kind of going around in the circle, like telling everybody how our week was and how we did the homework and stuff, I was like, when I got to my turn, I was like, yeah, my boyfriend broke up with me, and that's why I wasn't at the last group, and I've just been trying to focus on surviving, and I've been spending a lot of time with my best friend and stuff. And one of the girls in the group, the participants, like not the people running it, but the people what? One of the participants, she was like, wow, good for you for like showing up today, like good job, like, because I would be in bed crying, and I was like, thank you. It was really nice to get that acknowledgement that someone was like, hey, you came here today, like good job, you know. It was really nice. And yeah, and I was just trying not to cry when I was saying all of that about how my boyfriend broke up with me. And I think I even said, yeah, I was like, and for me, when someone breaks up with me, it's worse than someone dying, because I really like, it is for me. And that girl that said that was also like, yeah, it's the same thing for me. I'm sure it was probably the same thing for everybody sitting in the circle because, like I said, BPD, that's very, very common. So yeah, I talked about that. And then after I talked about that and we did more things and blah, 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 other people talked, and we talked about the homework and stuff. It was break time, and during break, two people like came up to me and gave me hugs, and I was like, that's so nice. Like, people just came and gave me a hug, and they're like, you're gonna be okay, it'll get better and stuff. And I was like, thank you, like, that's so sweet. Like, I really appreciated that. And one of them, well, I got a hug from this girl who's kind of like my friend in the group. Like, we've kind of become friends, even though we're not allowed to be friends yet until the group's over, but whatever. But the other hug was from this guy who also has social anxiety disorder like me, and I was really surprised that he came up and hugged me, because I was like, I wasn't expecting that from him, and it was like really nice, and it made me feel a lot better. And then after the group was over, this one girl, like, these are all from different people. She was like, when everybody was leaving, she was like, hey, you know what, you look really pretty today. Like, I would never know that anything bad was happening in your life right now, because your eyeshadow looks amazing, and you look so happy, and you look so pretty. And I was like, oh, thank you so much, you're so sweet. And I was like, oh my god, everybody's like complimenting me, making me feel better, it's so nice. And then another guy was like, yeah, and you know, you seem really happy, and you seem like in good spirits, so good job for that, like, you seem in good humor or whatever. And I was like, oh, thank you. Everybody just kept complimenting me, and I was like, and then at the end of the group, you're supposed to say one thing that you notice. And my thing was, I noticed that it was really nice to get hugs during the break, and that I feel like I have a really good support system here. And then I think that made everybody happy. Because, yeah, that group is really helping, and I do feel a lot of positive energy from that group. And it's really helping me, knowing that I have that support system. Every Wednesday I get to go and be with people that are like me and actually can relate, and it's quite nice. It really is. And so yeah, in the group basically the whole group was talking about what I just talked about, the homework. We didn't really have time to get into anything too drastic, but then we were assigned the next homework, which is very similar to this homework, which I'll talk in the next video when I have the homework done. Yeah, so that was pretty much the group. Yeah, because, you know, sharing our self-soothing kits was also part of the homework, and so everybody shared what they did. And, yeah, I really enjoyed sharing mine, actually. I wasn't that anxious to share it. I was like, you know what, I worked really hard on this, and I'm proud of it, and, like, this is it. And I think a lot of people really liked it. And I know, like, the girl, one of the ladies that are running it, she was sitting next to me, and she was like, wow, you worked hard on that and stuff. And I was like, thank you. And she was like, thank you so much for doing that and sharing with us. And I was like, thank you. Yeah, so making that, I call it my happy box. Like I said, I'll make another video on that. But the box has really been helping me. So it's good that that was actually given to me as homework, because I'd already had it before. I just hadn't finished it, and I was only like this much done, and then this kind of motivated me to like finish painting and finish decorating it and putting stuff in it. So I'm glad that I had that to do, like the push to do that, motivation, because oftentimes I have a really hard time with the motivation. I think that coincides with depression, so yeah. And then after the group, I think this is also relevant just because this is what's going on with the group and people in the group, because one of the girls from the group, she and I hung out for a bit after the group, and it was nice. We hung out last week too, or the last week that I was there, which is the week before last week. But yeah, we went to Taco Bell, and I got my fries supreme, and she went somewhere else to get a sandwich, and then we sat down and we ate together, and it was really nice, and we talked, and I lent her a book that I was talking to her about the last time I was there, that I mentioned in the previous video. I think it's called The Buddha and the Borderline. I lent it to her, so hopefully she enjoys it. And, you know, she gave me lots of hugs, and she was very supportive and stuff. And we were talking a lot about relationships and stuff like that, and having BPD and being in a relationship, which I have a video, a separate video on borderline relationships. Yeah. So hanging out with her was nice, and then we went to an art store, and she got some paint because she's gonna paint Easter eggs, and I got my best friend a book about drawing, graphic novels and comics, because he's an artist and he does that, and that's right up his alley. So I got him a book on that. Yeah. And then I came home, because my best friend, like I said, is the one that's getting me through all of this, like, the most. And I came home, and he was still here, and I gave it to him, and I was like, I just wanted to say thank you for being such a great best friend, and I got this for you. And he was like, oh, you didn't have to do that. And I was like, but I wanted to, because you're, like, the bestest friend I ever had in my life. And I think he was really happy with the book, so that makes me happy, knowing that he's happy. Knowing that I did something to make him happy makes me happy. Yeah, so that's kind of like what happened this week with the group. And like I said, we're still focusing on distress tolerance, and I think we'll be focusing on that a while, apparently. I'm looking at how many pages are in here, and I'm like, oh my god, there's a lot of like pages for each section. So yeah, this is distress tolerance 101. Yeah, so I guess like my advice for you guys right now would be like maybe practice some of these distress tolerance skills, like self-soothing and stuff, and do things like for yourself. Like it's okay to be selfish, because it's not being selfish, it's just caring for yourself. You know, like watch your favorite movie, do things that uplift you, you know? And the distracting thing as well, like that also is that could in itself is distracting. Yeah, and I definitely suggest you guys making self-soothing kits, which is, I didn't really explain what that was, but it's basically like a box or a bag. I mean, I use a box, so I'm just gonna say a box full of things that make you happy and things that distract you from maybe engaging in a problem behavior like self-harm or drinking or drugs, something like that. So instead of doing that, you can go to your self-soothing kit. And you know, some ideas like to put in there would be like whatever makes you happy, like pictures of your best friend or your family, or uplifting music, a journal to write in, things that distract you, and also things that soothe each of your 5 senses. That's a big one too, because you really need to like focus on maybe something works for you better that you didn't know before. Like maybe you're like, hey, I really like putting lotion on. Like I really like doing things with my hands and stuff. And you didn't know that before. Maybe that really works for you, and you don't know until you try to like kind of play with all of your senses, you know? Be aware of everything. And that's mindfulness. Anyways, I hope you guys found this useful, and I hope this wasn't too long, because I can't tell how long it is because my video thing doesn't let me see. But yeah, I hope you guys found this useful, and if you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, you can post below in the comments, or you can send me a message, because I always reply. Yeah. And, yeah, let me know what you think about this little series so far, and if there's anything else you guys want to know. Anything at all. I'm an open book. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah. I suck at ending videos. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. The end. Okay, so I'm gonna post a video about my self-soothing kit now. So I'm probably gonna be in the same outfit and the same everything. So I'm sorry about that. And, yeah, I'll do that now. Because I find posting videos very helpful for me as well, and I hope you guys are getting help from it as well, because that's very important. I really want to be on this journey with you guys, and just because I'm the one that's talking like to the camera right now doesn't mean like I'm better than you guys, because like I'm doing this for you guys and for myself, and like sharing with you guys my experience with DBT. So I hope that it helps. And let me know, and take care, and I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, because it's Wednesday, so it's almost the weekend. And I'll talk to you guys soon, in a second. Okay, bye, blessed be.